For topic artificial intelligence in education, we have again Mr. Parame to present. Please go ahead.
AI in education. So, as for the scenario, a university introduces a new AI-powered learning system, learning management system or LMS to improve teaching and learning. Kaso, ang problema dito sa pag paggawa ng bagong AI-powered learning management system ay madaming faculty members ang hindi nakakaalam sa paggamit ng ganang teknolohiya. And siyempre, mahihirapan din mag-adjust ang students and teachers na gamitin ito. And since wala silang training about sa paggamit nun, mas lalo na sila mahihirapan. Next please. So, sa problem number one, teachers are not given enough training on how to use the AI-powered LMS. So, dito sila ay nag-i-struggle kasi hindi sila maalam gumamit ng AI-powered na LMS, which can lead to inefficient teaching and delays in updating courses. As for problem number two, because because instructors are unsure how to use the system, some courses lack updated content or have missing modules. Students cannot access all the learning materials they need, which weakens their learning experience. This shows a problem with content preparation and quality assurance. Ito ay kakulangan ng pag-post sa mga learning materials such as lessons. And for problem number three, um, most sa, mostly sa not mostly iba sa faculty members ay hindi maalam gumamit ng AI powered na LMS. And dito ay magkakaroon sila ng confusion kung paano gamitin ito. And and dito din sila ay nagre-rely mostly sa AI. Since AI to them can answer all their questions and do the task for all of the tasks to them. Next slide, please. Solution to problem number one. So, yung university dapat ay mag-provide ng hands-on training, tutorials, and technological support so teachers can confidently use the LMS, regular the LMS, and uh, regular workshops will help them understand how key features and gradually adapt to digital teaching. And for solution number two, faculty should follow a standard checklist for uploading complete, updated, and well-organized lessons. The school can assign a team to review course materials to ensure quality and consistency across classes. Next, and for solution number three, um, teachers should combine AI tools with traditional teaching methods. So, in that way, mas efficient na makakapagturo ang teacher while na natututo din ang mga bata. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paramo. And for the last topic, we have artificial intelligence to be presented by yours truly, Mr. Haneta. To start off, we have here part 1, the situation where a hospital uses an AI diagnostic tool to diagnose patients without the help of medical professionals. However, there is conflict when using this tool. There are cases when using AI with biased training data will inevitably affect the accuracy of the diagnosis that the AI will give to the patients. Let us proceed. We have four distinct problems to discuss. We have model trained on non-representative datasets rather. Next is lack of clinician involvement, no explainable AI features, and poor system integration. Let us proceed. Now, The data used to train the AI may be biased. Like I said, the AI may have a biased training data. So, for instance, we have an American patient that is using the AI, but the AI is trained with only Asian patients. So, how does that work? Well, American patients react a little differently than Asian patients to the same disease. So, with that discrepancy, the AI will make an inaccurate diagnosis and offer a wrong treatment plan. Next is the lack of clinician involvement. What does this mean? So, if there was no one supervising the diagnostic process of the artificial intelligence, there will may be errors that appear in the diagnosis and it cannot be corrected because there was no one supervising the process. Next is the absence of the explainable AI features. This will cause confusion because a system has to be intuitive for it to be effective. If one was given a machine with no instructions, it may very well be taken a week in order to use the machine properly, and there will be errors along the way. The same case applies to problem number three. To proceed, there is poor system integration. Now, poor system integration will cause the system to malfunction often. A system has to be rigorously tested and fixed before it has to be released rather on the field. With that said, we have part three, the proposed solutions. Now, the artificial intelligence must be trained properly. Specifically, use local data. If you're treating a Chinese patient, then you must use data gathered on Chinese patients. Now, the involvement of medical professionals. This is required because AI is not a perfect being. You need to have someone supervising, a medical professional supervising the process. So if any errors are there, it can be corrected and the patient will be rest assured. Next is the proper documentation. This pertains to problem number three. A machine has to have instructions in order for it to be used properly. So if an AI that can diagnose patients can be used intuitively, then it will have no problem doing its job. Now for the last one, the artificial intelligence should have improved system integration to assure that no errors will be made by the AI due to poor system integration. And that concludes our presentation for our final case study. Thank you very much, and we would like to introduce myself. I am Neil Angelo Heneta. Clarence, please introduce yourself.
I am Clarence P. Peramo.
I am John Michael Galang.
And we are the collaborators of this group. Specifically, I have the role of creating this presentation as well as the PDF. And Mr. Galang and Mr. Paramo has the vital role of creating all of the contents, researching them, and then proofreading it so there are no errors involved now. Again, we thank you for your time and have a good day.